fought his brother. You know what I mean? His brother was big when I fought him. But, you know what I mean? Benavidez is a big dude. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. Like, he might be thick, you know what I mean? But he's not a big dude. You know what I mean? Like, Benavidez is like 6 foot something. You know what I mean? Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude. Like, you know what I
And
mean?
he's skilled, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Would you ever?
Because Canelo is not the bigger man. I mean, Terence Crawford, Canelo is 5'7.5". Is not a true super middleweight, you know.
On TV, but I'm gonna say my mind. I'm gonna speak my mind.
That's what I'm saying, big bro. Like just like on this podcast, can we say what we want, big bro?
Yeah, and I see you be going ham. You know, I follow
I'm
you on
mesmerized by stats. No Ja Rule, big bro.
Oh, she is gorgeous, man. But anyway,
man, my God, like she look like Pocahontas mixed with Pikachu. Like that's a good combo. No killer instinct, big bro.
I see you trying to catch a
I'm
case.
telling you, bro. Hey, stats. You like a tall glass of water, and I'm telling you straight up. I'm thirsty.
Hey, let's bring this back in, baby.
Nah, big bro. Like she like a. I just want to curl up with her like a shrimp. No red lobster.
Hey, that's wild to say.
yeah.
No Luigi mustache.
We don't talk like that.
Yes,
You know what I mean? He said that's the only way he would fight fools. A lot of people said he gonna have to start calling people out and cussing. You know what I mean? Just like Terence Crawford told somebody, said, only way I fight him if he called me out and he called me a pussy or he called me a motherfucker or you know something like. We don't talk like that.
Yes,
You know what I mean? He said that's the only way he would fight fools. You know, if he's called, you know what I mean? We don't. That means you really don't want to fight, Terence. You know what I mean?
And stuff like that, but my man is making moves before guys go to punches. He's moving his feet. I mean, it was marvelous, honestly, to see this dude defensively move the way that he does things. He talks a whole lot during the sparring.
Don't use that for an excuse, because everybody else you fight, they wouldn't call you all kinds of names, but you fought them.
Anything I throw, you know, he like, no. I'm like, you know, hey, all right, I get it. You see everything I'm throwing, I get it, you know.
Trying to set up a fight with him last month because BLK people called us.
Punched me with a right hand. Joint came so fast, I didn't even see it, right? And it hit me on the forehead, and I got my headgear on, and it jarred my neck, right? I said, damn.
And I said, we'll take him in a heartbeat, just like that, right? And they said, all right, let's sit down and talk. I said, you got to talk to my people first, though. Showtime. Yes, Showtime, because they're trying to be slick, trying to get me to do it on my own without Showtime. I don't do that. See, I'm loyal to Showtime because I'm going to tell y'all, I never signed up with Showtime. You know, I never signed, and my word is my bond. My word is my bond.
Yeah, hit that like button for me. Hey man, friends both are. That was the first known drug user, steroids that is, man, you know. Back in 95, man, you know, a lot of people been popping dirty for a long time. He fought Schultz. And you know, they had the rumors of Canelo and Crawford and all of that, man. But we've been having great guys that fought and we still love them. You know, look at Richard Hall when they fought up there in Indiana. You remember who he fought, right? You know, both of these guys, I think they popped dirty, man, you know. Well, you know, people overlook this shit, man, you know, and it was still a great fight, man, but you gotta understand times have changed, man. But nothing new is under the sun. You know, I love Roy Jones, but you popped dirty for that fight, you know, and whatever the excuse was, you popped. You and James Toney, man. You know, y'all set the trend for this shit for real, but people was doing it before you, wasn't it? Y'all just got caught, man. It's a lot of guys popping and doing drugs and getting caught. Some of these drugs are cool at first, then the people take it back and say it's not good. Remember Fernando Vargas and Oscar? Yep, you know, Fernando popped dirty, you know, in 2002. You know what I'm saying? So we got Ryan, we got all these guys, man. Stay clean, man. Hit that like button for me. Now, I understand a lot of people want to compare this man to Floyd. I got to get on this. You can't do that. You understand me? Floyd already told you this guy was a cakewalk. He's easy. This the styles make fight. You know, a slick black boxer is always going to be the Mexican style. And if you're a guy like Crawford, who's pound for pound number one, you forget that skills pay the bills. So it was not a surprise with me. All I had concerns was how he's going to take that 168 power. And I told you guys, once I see him get hit, I'm going to know whether he's going to beat him up like Shakur or not. And, you know, I wanted him to press the end of the rounds like 11, 10, 11, and 12 as well, because I knew he had the judges in his pocket. You know, you can't trust no face of boxing judges. And he did exactly what I asked him to do. Terrence Crawford, number one pound for pound in a lot of people's books, and I still say it's Shakur. You know, he's the secret weapon in that camp. Hey, yo, Shakur Stevenson is also in the best shape of his life because he was also in Terrence Crawford's camp. All of his big fights, he gets Shakur and sharpen his tools. He even admitted he will fight like Shakur and fight certain fights. You can do film study and see him fighting like Shakur, pinning the high guard, stabbing to the body, step back, all of those things. The combinations that Terrence Crawford threw in the Canelo fight reminiscent of Shakur. But he's also in the best shape of his life like Terrence is. And people have to get ready for Shakur. And Shakur is already ready for people except for his hand. And people do not want his hand to heal properly because why? They want to see him hurt it. And that's what I think. But at the same time, if he does heal his hand, you will see the best Shakur. Why don't you want to see that? The same reason you did not want to see Boots into Canelo's camp, because you thought it would help Canelo, and you did not want Canelo to have any type of help. No boxing fan alive should not want to see both fighters at their full optimal potential, just like some of you guys in the 90s wanted Michael Jordan to get hurt in game one in the finals so you can get a cheap victory. But we don't want that. We want the best Michael Jordan, even though we had the Michael Jordan that caught the flu and still carried the Bulls to victory, even though you say he needed Scottie Pippen. He was a no-show in both of the Utah Jazz finals. But hey, Floyd Money Mayweather is not a comparison because he beat Canelo slicker, took less punishment, less movement, stood in the pocket and dismantled him without pause, easily, and easier than Terrence Crawford did it at an old age, while Canelo was young with more speed and more vigor and hunger. You know, not an old man, you know. Jake Paul with the big old boxing gloves on against Tank Davis. I think this fight is a setup fight for a future Tank fight against a Pacquiao. Or if Pacquiao does not fight Tank, I'm pretty sure maybe Floyd Money Mayweather will fight Pacquiao. One way or another, you guys are going to have to be disappointed in good old Tank again because, you know, the money bag. You know, it's either belts or the bag. It's the bag. You're okay with it. You're saying it's a great fight. It's only a great fight if Tank tries to hurt Jake Paul, or if Jake Paul tries to hurt Tank Davis. I don't care what you say. A punch is a punch, and if I receive one, I'm trying to give one back, exhibition or not. I want to see somebody try to hurt each other, a big man against a little man. If not, cold sellout. That's what you should label him, not Jerron Boots Ennis. This is the great white hope. Jerron is a young guy trying to come up, and if he dominates 154 and snatch all the belts after Lima, then what are you guys are going to say? Because no African American fighters are calling him out. Only the Latinos and the European fighters. Fight Boots, Terrence Crawford, or fight Benavidez, or fight Bivol, or retire and not fight no one at all. Teofimo Lopez is a well-known duck, right? And he also said, I don't care what you do, I'll never lace up a pair of gloves with Shakur Stevenson, right? He said, keep all the black boxers. I brought Budweiser to Top Rank, right? I took the word black boxers out and added nigger, and y'all guys just couldn't catch on, right? Keep all the niggas. But guess what? I think he's stuck. I hope he's stuck. I hope Turkey Al-Ashiki, the man that brought Canelo back from fighting Jake Paul, got into his brain and made him realize, if you do not fight who I want you to fight, because I am the real takeover, I will blackball you. So get ready to die against Shakur.
Hit that like button for me, Nick.
Is, you know, we Canelo. Steroids. Y'all don't talk about that. So we don't know. We really don't know all the fighters he beat, and even what he could have been not clean in a lot of fights.
You think he was clean the night he fought?
Look at Leonard in the background, shake his head now.
I don't know. That's y'all. This Canelo. Oh man, that kid was a cakewalk.
You got to tell the truth and shame the devil, man. Floyd made it look like he was fighting a little 2-year-old. I'm down. You know, just playing with him like a mouse. You know, a cat play with his food.
Look, man, this
beat him up.
It definitely was a cakewalk, man. But let me tell you something, man.
Nothing make it my way. I got money and I did it in my safe. I see Crumple and Canelo in his face, and that bitch almost flew away. Hey, look, if Canelo does not roll with that punch, in my opinion, I think it's a knockout. Shout out to Canelo for his skill sets. Because, you know, I remember BFTV say that Shakur Stevenson couldn't roll with punches and stuff like that. That's a skill set, you know. You got to have good hand-eye coordination for that. Canelo's nice now. You know, he got beat by the best. Crawford is the best. Floyd is the best. You know, Bivol is the best. I'd rather see Crawford fight Bivol. Yes, because Bivol wanted to fight Canelo, like Benavidez. But I'd rather see Bivol. I think Bivol beats. I think Bivol beats Benavidez. Crazy. Oh yeah. Man, y'all gotta hit that like button for me, man. I mean, it's a lot to talk about, especially 154. But before I talk about that, man, you know, congratulations to Terrence Crawford, man. You know, they had all the rumors about Snack and just totally ignored Canelo and his performance-enhancing history. And it was baffling to me. So, you know me, I just sat back, you know, because I had to take care of my daughter and just listen to you guys, man, go on and on with the hate for Terrence. My thing is, Terrence Crawford beat a drug cheat. There's no way in the world that Canelo did not take anything. He had to, because Suleiman and Wada got together and made it okay to take certain drugs, man. And those certain drugs were definitely microdosed for this fight. An old man. And the thing about it is, it's not nothing wrong with that, because that's the times we living in. We living in a time where you have to keep up. You know, in 1995 versus Alex Schultz, the IBF heavyweight title. Both won by decision, but tested positive for anabolic steroids right after. His victory was overturned to no contest, and he was stripped of the IBF title. That makes Franz Botha the first official PED bust in championship level boxing, long before many others. And we're going to talk about them guys, man. And I'm sorry, guys. This is a part of boxing. So let's remove this from the stage, sir, and put our first guest up, the guest of the day. Hey, Mr. Franz Botha, why did you pop dirty in 1995? You know, you was the first official. Well, we know long before you guys were on PEDs, Franz Botha. You won by decision against Alex Schultz. Congratulations, Franz Botha. That you are the first official PED bust in championship level boxing. Long before the others. And when we talk about the others, you got to talk about the brothers. I'm sorry, man, but the guys that people be looking up to be the guys that done popped before. You know, perfect example. Let's go fast forward through this tape. This film study. Where he at? Where's this shit at? Okay, I think it's right here. Yep, there you go. There you go. Putting belt to ass. You know, when you look at Roy Jones, man, what you see? You see a Hall of Famer, right? And then you get to the nitty gritty and you be like, why he popped in? So you can't bring up Tyson Fury and Canelo and everybody that popped dirty without bringing up everybody, nigga. And the ass whooping he put on in Indiana, and come to find out, I think both of them guys popped dirty. You know, what is that? And androstenone, I can't pronounce that word, but you know, it was above normal. And they say, let me see, the Indiana Commission, but because the levels were just above normal and testing rules were loose, Jones was not suspended. Right. Still, you popping dirty, nigga. Same with James Toney. James Toney, Fernando Vargas, all them boys. Yeah, Fernando Vargas. That Oscar fight. Oscar De La Hoya. He fought a drug cheat. Yep. Rocked his ass. You know, but they don't like to bring those guys up, man, and interview those guys about these type of subjects in their community. Because they don't give a fuck about drug cheats over there. You know, that's part of the game, man. You got to keep up. And then they try to put it on Terrence, right? And he's a part of Snack. He's a part of Snack. He on dope too. My thing is, when I went on Champ's side, and I was like, yo, do you think Canelo's going to participate in some type of performance enhancement for this fight? Immediately, the panel was like, of course. They was spitting. Like it was no, why would you even ask? Why would you even ask that type of question? Of course he's going to pop. He's an old man. Basically, I don't know what their reasoning for answering so fast was, but everybody knows. And my thing is, okay, you got Terrence Crawford coming up 2 weight divisions trying to fight somebody daring to be great. And, you know, Water, according to Suleiman, he made it specifically clear that it wasn't him. It was Waba. Raised the levels of not only clenbuterol, but other substances, right? So there's many other substances these guys can take up to a level. And my thing is, why wouldn't you? If you are fighting against guys that are so-called dangerous. And my thing is, I'm not upset with people that are on both sides of the subject matter about Canelo, because they call me a black racist, but I'm the guy that says the shit that's said in the barbershops when I was growing up. And when I was growing up, it's like Bernard Hopkins and Devin Haney and everybody that ever said they'll never let a white boy beat them. That mindset is really in all black people. But nowadays, you got niggas that are not athletic and only shoot the guns and don't fight no more, don't play baseball no more. Really don't want to do nothing but just sit back and play video games now. So you can't say that no more. It's a different world now. But me, my mindset is still that of the slick black boxing style is the most elite boxing style. And can elite versus elite always win? To me, that's just me. And so when they see Canelo, they see a guy that, yes, has a Hall of Fame record, but no, has Mexican style and can be conquered by another elite black style boxer any time of the day. Because you know why? Y'all keep record for Mexico versus Puerto Rico. They say Puerto Rico's up on that count. Why y'all keeping count? Why don't you keep count against black versus Mexican then? You know why? Because that count is too high. And you definitely do not have record of black versus white. Why? Because they say it's American versus American. No. It's always about race, because when you take out your identification card or your license, there has a B or a W on there. Why does it have a B on there? Because you're black and they have to identify you. And when you fill out your job applications, they want to know whether you're African American, Caucasian, Latino, or others. Why? Because they want to identify you for whatever reason. And when you see Terrence Crawford, what do you see? A nigga. Not something you usually see type of nigga, a dark-skinned nigga that's not very friendly and marketable. No country behind him. You know why? Because he's a nigga. And niggas are separated. No longer boxing fans, but fans of man. Devontae, nigga with no tattoos. Nothing wrong with that, G. I love my tattoos, but I know that the one on my hand will always prevent me from tricking, you know what I'm saying, unless I wear some gloves, you know what I'm saying, the elite. I can go to an event with a full suit on and cover all of my tattoos. I don't have any on my face or my neck. But that one motherfucking tattoo on my left fist, my hand, I can never cover that up. And I can always be identified. In straight country, no chaser, for sure. But my thing is, man, I grew up in a different era, homie. I grew up in the era where, Same thing as Bernard Hopkins, man. In that time when he said what he said, he really meant that. But as you get older, you don't realize your body can't go like that 20-year-old, what you was thinking, I never let a white boy whoop me. But that's the spirit all African Americans got, and they try to suppress it and act like it ain't cool to say no more. But y'all cool with Viva la Mexico. But we used to say Black Power before they said that shit over here. We used to have niggas in the middle of the street with afros and French braids with a black fist up in the air. We was proud to be black in my uncle's days. See, I came up after that shit in the 90s when it was cool to be gangsters and all that dumbass shit. But before that, niggas had Black Panther parties out there with shotguns going up in the Capitol building. Policing the police in the streets for real, feeding the hungry childrens, going to the Olympics, putting black gloves on, raising the black fist up in the air. Now, please, the Mexicans took over that. They raising their flag, they motherfucking Viva la Mexico, and y'all over there sitting back mad, sad, not glad, and don't want to go back and revert to loving yourself. So what you do? Call Boots a sellout. Ain't that a bitch? Bet you won't call Tank now. I bet you, because guess what? If this is a setup fight, that's the sellout shit. If this is a clown fight, that's a sellout shit. So we gotta hope and pray for the best. Expect the worst and pray for the best. Pray that Tank actually tries to hurt Jake Paul. Pray that Jake Paul tries to actually hurt Tank Davis. Pray for that, bro, because that's the only way it's gonna be a good fight. And if it is that, y'all gonna have to eat your words. It's a terrible fight. It's a terrible fight. Okay. Big fat ass white boy coming in there hitting that a little bit ass nigga and catch his ass, whether it's fake or not. Okay, let him pull punches. How that's gonna look on his career? You think this nigga ain't thinking about that? Like if you actually go in there, Tank, man, and go in there and you know everybody know this a script. You hear everybody saying this shit a scripted fight, nigga. This a clown fight, nigga. This shit ain't nothing. You actually that type of nigga. Y'all gonna root for a nigga that hear all that shit and then actually go into the Jake Paul fight and don't try to hurt Jake Paul, nigga. Y'all still gonna sit around and be like, well, he just getting his money. I don't care what you say. Shakur, yeah, he said, me too. I take that Jake Paul fight. But nigga, somebody got to go in there and try to hurt Jake Paul. Somebody got to get that bad and try to go in there and flip the script. Why can't it be Tank? Who the fuck gonna flip the script on? Everybody just gonna keep on going in there and just taking a script like Mike Tyson and bite their glove? Or is somebody gonna go in there and get that bad and beat the shit out of Jake Paul and flip the script? I think that'll be more viral if it's a real fight. Nigga, if you out at the restaurant with your children, you ain't thinking about no weight classes. You got to defend somebody if they slap your daughter, whether he's 6 foot tall or 4 foot tall. And then he swing at you, what is you going to do? Hey, man, weight classes for a reason. Shut up. Get out of here. You got guys like Terrence Crawford daring to be great going up in weight classes. Confident in his skill set, knowing what he can do against a wild animal. You know, lions are in cages at zoos. You know, cobras and snakes and shit that's deadly are in cages at zoos. They are deadly. They can be tamed at a distance. You have to know what you're doing and use your brain power, your third eye. That step back is the origin of a nigga. That rhythm, that style. You seen Canelo with that head movement. That's that Philly. He been fucking with the Philly boys because he got beat and defeated first by that Philly shell. Oh, what a great one. You say one of my goats is one of our underpaid fighters. Whoop, how the goats have. Hey, man, all these guys can be goats if they fight each other. Even if you lose, right? Ain't no shame in losing, right? It wasn't no shame for Canelo losing. Why can't the African American fighters be like that? Y'all talking about Boots this, Boots that. Man, Boots can only do what everybody else do. And I want to see a great performance against Lima. But man, the future is bright for this guy. He's top notch in every division. So guess what? He's gonna have an opportunity to fade everybody y'all wanted to see him fight. And when he do, I think he's going to be successful in those fights. Still a phenom, like Blue Blood says, because the word phenom is short for phenomenal. And if you are a young talent like he is only going to get better than what we have already witnessed, brothers and sisters. But you don't think he's going to get better. You think Jerron, Boots Ennis, and guys like Shakur Stevenson are going to stay at the same level. Wow. You say I got Boots taken up for sure. That boy, no. First of all, we're going to do like the Bible, because before there was light, there was darkness. Start in chronological order now, because Virgil needed 4 years to fight Boots, remember? Yeah, 4 years. We're going to start in chronological order. Why do you need 4 years to fight another boxer? How long has Boots been at 147 pounds, man? You know, all these slow motion punches and great highlight reels. I ain't never seen Boots give a performance that was worthy of the criticism that he has. Brian Norman Jr., I wanted that fight. I needed that fight to shut my fat mouth, because I'm of the belief that no black African American fighters will fight Boots. Only Latinos and European fighters will fight Boots. And those are the guys you say Boots are ducking. We don't want to see those guys. I want to see the African American fighters against Jerron Boots Ennis. I don't want to see Jerron Boots Ennis fight any more Latino and European fighters unless he has to, because the African American fighters do not want to fight him. Same thing with Shakur Stevenson. I do not want to see Shakur Stevenson fight Latinos and European fighters anymore unless he has to, because I want to see Shakur Stevenson fight all of the African American fighters at 135 pounds and or 140 pounds. Teofimo Lopez is a well-known duck and has been ducking and has an emoji of a duck face. I do not trust Teofimo Lopez until the bell goes ding. You know what I'm saying? You say if Ryan Duck Devin Shakur is next, because I don't believe Tio gonna fight Shakur. I don't want to, like I said in the video, I hope Tio is stuck. I hope he is at a point where I'm going to get blackballed if I don't fight who Turkey wants me to fight. Because Turkey is the takeover, right? And He has the bags that people need and want. Fuck all that bowing down on bending knee-ish. You mother lovers say I would take the Jake Paul bag. Well, you mother lovers will be stupid not to take a turkey a la sheet bag. Because the turkey a la sheet bag is quadruple what the Jake Paul bag is, dumbass niggas. You niggas dumb. Y'all niggas dumber than a motherfucker. If you think Jake Paul can give up more money than a turkey a la sheet, stupid ass niggas. Niggas auditioning for turkey a la sheet fights. Oh man, they getting great performances. Look what Brian Norman Jr. did in Japan. Turkey a la sheet wasn't fucking with Brian Norman Jr. when he was in negotiations with Boots. They was hoping and wishing and waiting and crossing their nuts, hoping that Turkey will hear him talk all that shit about Boots. Nope. 1.7 million. And we could have had a great fight, man. You wanted what Tank was getting per fight. Tank get $2 million per fight, nigga. Not you. How dare you try to get $2 million? What Boots said? You trying to get a retirement check, nigga. That's what he said. So I say that. I say Boots was the A side in that situation, and now A side don't mean shit because he should have negotiated with a terrorist. Ain't that a bitch? So now you give him what he want. Everybody else gonna say, hey, you gave this great little undercard fighter $2 million. And he talked all that shit, how easy you is to beat, nigga. I want more. I'm worth way more than him. Man, listen, man. Boots in this, man. You know, get yourself your little acclamation fight, whatever you want to call it, because everybody else did. I don't care what you say. We called the Benavidez fight live when he got his acclamation fight, and we said yes. He's throwing the same combinations, landing the same type of combinations on this fella, and he's going for the knockout at the end of the fight, and he just can't get it. I don't think that power done caught up yet. That acclamation fight was a great little acclamation fight, and I think Terrence Crawford acclamation fight wasn't the best of the best. I seen him on the knockout streak. It wasn't the same. They say he's awkward. He's swimming on Terrence Crawford. He's awkward. Hey, man, but you needed that, right? You ain't never fought at 154. You weren't finna fight no killers at 154. I think the man had, 11 fights and a whole bunch, about 100 amateur fights or something, whatever. You know, you gotta watch those European fighters, man. But hey, man, you had yourself a little, Canelo. Tank, what was Tank Davis' acclamation fight at 135 pounds, nigga? Old ass man, Gamboa. And that nigga tore his Achilles in the second round, man. That was a great fight still. One leg. Boy, God bless the dead Kobe Bryant, tore his Achilles and dropped the basketball. I'd never seen Kobe drop the basketball, nigga. Fighting on the Achilles torn. Please. Great acclamation fight. You say, I hope T.O. ducks so we can clearly see Tank duck Shakur. Man, listen, stop hoping for that fight, bro. Don't hope T.O. duck. Hope that man actually gets stuck and cornered and have to fight, because whether T.O. duck or Shakur don't fight nobody until Jake Paul fights, Tank ain't finna fight no motherfucking Shakur. Man, Tank ain't never gonna fight no motherfucking Shakur, man. Why is y'all still having hope for that fight, bro? We gonna hope that nigga prove us wrong, but man, get over it, bro. Y'all the type of guys that just don't see the signs. It's right there. He been saying it. His coach been saying it. What Coach Kenny said to Shakur, not just Shakur, he said the same thing to Val. Ask Val.
He said, man, if the Tank and Shakur fight don't happen in 2025, man, it just shouldn't happen. It just shouldn't what? What Val say? No, that sound like y'all don't want to fight. No, I'm just saying it. Why ain't nobody asking that nigga what the fuck he talking about? Why ain't nobody told this nigga to shut the fuck up? You sound dumb. What you mean if the fight don't happen in 2025, it should not happen? What you know that we don't know, nigga? When is y'all gonna write your tell-all book, Coach Kenny and Coach Calvin? But we ready for the story. Ain't y'all niggas sick of the suspense? Say thank you, Turkey Alashiki. That nigga Terrence Crawford said thank you, Turkey Alashiki, like he was thanking God. That nigga said that shit about 40 times, homie. And then represented for the Mexican people, man. I didn't like that. Do I gotta not talk about that? That shit on my spirit, homie. You know, and I can't knock niggas that was hating on Terrence Crawford with that subject because it was true. Like, yo, nigga, you was a nigga. No matter how much you hate your skin, nigga, I don't care what a nigga say, nigga. You ain't supposed to, nigga, say what you gonna do when you ready for that Mexican power. Boy, don't you know you supposed to say, nigga, is you ready for this black power? You talking about, oh yeah, like you a wrestler. Man, I was what? I'm talking about, man, but it's always been like that. Y'all niggas just want to see it when y'all want to see it, man. That shit crazy, man. Black people done changed, homie. African Americans, that is. I ain't talking about you, Latino African, you know, whatever. We talking about beans and cornbread, nigga, beans and rice, chicken and rice ass niggas, fish sticks and motherfucking tater tots and motherfucker, yeah, these type of niggas, man. McDonald's, get your ass whooped with switches extension cord ass niggas, man. Done changed, homie. It's different. Can't even talk shit no more. You can't even make fun of these little young niggas no more. They get so sensitive. Look at the boxers. Look at the boxers. Look at the boxers. These niggas so soft and sensitive. Can beat your ass though. And then you got the YouTube, man, I bet you can't get in the ring with Tank Davis. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You was a dumbass. Any type of nigga that say that shit, y'all dumb, man. I don't give a fuck what you say about that. Of course. There's a horse is a horse, of course. Of course I ain't gonna get in the ring with no professional boxer, stupid ass bitch. But nigga, you ain't never said that to your granddaddy. You ain't never said that to your motherfucking uncles when they was in that bitch talking shit about these boxers. Kicking it with the gangsters, or when you ain't grew up in that household. You know, a lot of boys that grew up around a whole bunch of women's all their life. So they ain't never seen distinguish what a real man or a real, what a man is or not. They grew up at school and go through it with the boys. They got, you know, raised by other women's, you know. But everybody ain't grew up in that type of environment, man. You know, you got some fellas that grew up with a whole bunch of men, man. So we act different, man. We talk, we think different. It ain't no hate. You niggas be hating like at an all-time high. It be funny to us. We be laughing at y'all niggas, man. Like, listen, perfect example. Your boy, Knockout. You hating on Tank at an all-time high. And don't even know it. You hating on that man at an all-time high. That's your boy. You fucked your whole channel up, man, because the whole basis of your channel was defending Tank at anything he do. Anything that nigga do. We used to go to Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we can expect a God Bless the Dead Johnny Cochran defense for Tank Davis. Now, it ain't even fun watching that shit no more, because you going over there hating on the nigga, man. It's like, man, make a nigga want to be a Tank fan. And that's what you did to me, man. I'm like, man, now I want to see Tank beat the shit out of Jake Paul, man. Yeah. We got these big ass gloves. But y'all say it's levels. Big gloves or not, nigga, them spawn gloves, nigga. They say Tank be breaking bitches' noses and spawn, nigga. Don't forget about them rumors. Y'all be, man, Tank David be knocking heavyweights out in spawn, nigga. With the big boxing gloves, nigga. Tank David be breaking bitches' nose, nigga. With the big boxing gloves, nigga. Tank David can do that shit to Jake Paul, nigga. With the big boxing gloves, nigga. Or he can just throw fake punches in the air, nigga. Like a dumbass, nigga. How that's gonna look, nigga? You don't care about legacy then. If you do that then, nigga, is you still gonna be a Tank fan after that, niggas? Well, we expecting a Johnny Cochran defense, and we can't even depend on you no more, KO. Nah, you disappointed me, nigga. It ain't no coming back from that. Now, if I make a pay, that's why I go and listen to 2 Cents now. Cause she stayed true. But 2 Cents, you ain't slick. Cause all y'all Tank pages usually do is just wait for KO's response after something big happens. Then you follow suit. But when he came out with the hate against Tank, you guys were so flabbergasted and just so shook, like, whoa. You had to sit back and listen to the outlash. And once that happened, you came and, you know, defended your man. As you should. You know, you throw a little hand, but you know, you ain't go hard like this nigga do. And he constantly calls this a terrible fight. But you niggas gonna stream it because of the bag. Of course you go to Fag now for the Cochran defense. He's smart. He's not gonna trash Tank like that, man. He's smart. He listens to Rude Exposure, man. All these guys listen to me. And I affect the algorithm when I want to. But nigga, you know you fucked up like on that Menace to Society movie, nigga. You know you done fucked up, right? You said you bought the bottle of beer at 11 o'clock, right? Yeah. It was. Then you said you bought the bottle of beer at 12 o'clock. Nah, you know you done fucked up, right? Yeah, you fucked up, huh? Because, you know, it's all coming out in the wash now. Because you are saying things like, I want to have conversations like I have with other boxers. And we've been saying that same thing to you guys, all the Tank fans. Like, remember my old video, Tank fans ain't got no facts, and you know how Tank fans wish they can talk about lenios and snatching belts off of people's bodies like Bam Rodriguez. To you remember when he fought his Strava? Took that man. I don't care if he was old or not, nigga. He took it out. He had the breathing body was possessing the belt, and that was big to me. And, you know, undisputed runs, you want to be able to talk about those things about your boxer. And you say all of those things about Usyk. Yeah, you love Usyk. Ooh, how would you love Tank Davis to be in those type of conversations? Shakur Stevenson is trying to be in those type of conversations because he wants to fight Tank Davis and anybody that has a belt. And now you're upset that he wants to go up there and beat on Teofimo Lopez, take the belt, give it up to his brother, and make Teofimo fight his brother to get his own belt back. That would be dope, and I want to see that happen. Turkey Alashi can make anything happen. I really wish, if I had a wish in a secret fight that I can, you know, sneak a kite to Turkey, I would want Keyshawn Davis and Edwin De Los Santos at 140 pounds to happen. For a great little undercard fight for Shakur Stevenson, you know, his brother against Atil. Can you make that happen, Turkey? Jeez Louise, man. Now, you did Edwin wrong, man. And I want to see you make your comeback against that. And if you can beat Edwin De Los Santos at 140 pounds, man, you'll really, you know what I'm saying, make your way back over here on Rude Exposure side, man. Because I ain't going to keep downing you and beating the dead horse about you acting an ass up there in your hometown, you know, after fucking up the fight in the bag. Gee, bad business, man. But you can redeem yourself because you young and you got a lot of living to do. So all you got to do is like I tell you to do. Now, if Keyshawn Davis listened to me, he'll be on top. All you got to do is get back in the gym and start putting videos out of you beating people up and sparring. Highlight the clip. Let me edit them bitches. Send them over to me. And I'll edit them and send it back to you, nigga. Or you can get somebody and pay top dollars and let them edit them bitches. I don't give a fuck. Just edit you some videos and you putting in some work, nigga. And stop all that talking and just start doing some motherfucking action and letting the people know you want to fight Edwin De Los Santos at 140 pounds, nigga. And you want to redeem yourself to the people and let you know, you know what I'm saying, that you on the way back, nigga. That's all we want to see is a redemption fight with Edwin De Los Santos, nigga. And some work in the gym and showing that you back and ready. Other than that, I don't really want to see Keyshawn fight nobody else, bro. I don't even want to see Keyshawn fight nobody else, brother. Edwin De Los Santos at 140 pounds, nigga. He over there with Jay Prince, nigga. Let's make it happen, nigga. Moving on, nigga. You know, like I said, T.O., you a duck. Prove me wrong. Yeah, you know, you said you'll never fight Shakur. You don't care what happens. So now I hope Turkey got your back against the wall. And you know you gonna get beat up. And Coach Kenny say you might get stopped. Boy, the dope coming out the pores now. These niggas can't do nothing but say, hey, Shakur, man, he like that, G. Shakur, he really like that, G. You know, they ain't gonna have no choice in a minute, G, because guess what? If he beat Teofimo Lopez, tell me what's gonna happen after that. What's gonna be the excuse? Especially if you do like Coach Kenny say and stop him, Jesus. I don't think y'all want to see no fight like that. Y'all don't want to see Shakur do no great shit like that. Y'all don't want to see Shakur Stevenson stop nobody. He got a stoppage coming too. I was telling y'all that about a month ago because I was hoping he stops Cepeda, boy. Whew. That would have bust y'all heart because y'all was over there crossing y'all nuts hoping that 100 punches of fade Shakur, remember? Y'all was saying that this gonna be the fight that prove and see if Shakur really like that. And then what D1 drunk ass do right after the fight? Oh man, that fight wasn't shit. Man, Shakur Stevenson ain't shit. Man, that fight was ding 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 ding. Didn't he? Still hating on him, crossing and busting his nuts wide open like a grape in a watermelon splash. Hate. Uncross your nuts on a boss dog, nigga. You can't stop this motherfucking power. He ain't got no power. Oh, we talking about the soul power. You can't stop that shit. It's inevitable. Shakur Stevenson, whether he's a fucked up human being or whether he's a good human being acting like a bad guy, it really don't matter, nigga. Because I like the bad guy persona. When I was growing up, nigga, I used to root for the bad guys in all the movies. Niggas used to call me Part Twice because of the Batman character. The motherfucker that had the half a face that was burnt up in a demon and the other half that was always smiling. Two-Face. That's what they called me. Why they called me that? Because I always kept a smile on my face. And you ain't know when I was mad or sad. Just always thought Part Twice was glad. Then, bah! Bust your motherfucking ass. My whole life, dog. Never let the left hand know what the right hand gonna do. If you gotta throw these people off, throw them off. I think Jerome Boots Ennis can never portray the image of a bad guy because everybody know he's a good guy, and that don't sell. You gotta be a piece of shit so people can want to see you lose and get you some money. You know everybody want to see Jake Paul get beat up, right? You know that, right? People don't want to see Tank Davis lose to Jake Paul. I hope not. How many niggas out there want to see Jake Paul beat Tank Davis up? Just because I said Tank Davis getting knocked out by Jake Paul will be good for boxing does not mean I want that to happen. You think I wanted Mike Tyson to get knocked out by Buster Douglas, nigga? I'm what you niggas are back in them days, bro. To Mike Tyson, bro. When I was young, you couldn't tell me Mike Tyson wasn't the best fighter in the world, bro. No way in the world. But he got knocked out. But that was good for boxing. That was the best thing that happened. That's why Floyd, Oscar, all them guys are benefited off that pay-per-view shit. Tank Davis, because of Mike Tyson getting knocked out, nigga. Bruh, if that happened, so many people in the world would know about boxing that never even thought about boxing. Talk shows that do nothing about sports will be talking about boxing if Jake Paul knocks out Tank Davis. Fantasy, just let's put it, hypothetically. But if Tank Davis knocks out Jake Paul, the talk shows that never talk about boxing will not even bring that up. That's what happened to Mike Tyson. When Mike Tyson got knocked out in Japan by Buster Douglas, talk shows that never even talked about sports talked about that. But if Mike Tyson would have knocked out Buster Douglas in Japan, talk shows that never talked about sports would have never brought up the Mike Tyson Buster Douglas fight. Do you understand? Is you feeling me? So this is on Netflix, people. 2025 is the era of going viral. I'm pretty sure that there's consideration and reputation. I don't know how to explain this. Like, I'm trying to put myself in Tank's shoes and in Jake Paul's shoes. If I'm a wicked person and I'm a devious person and I'm Jake Paul, I'm trying to lather this guy Tank Davis up to a guy that I so-called don't like into a fight like, yeah, man, it's just an exhibition, and try to really hurt this fella on Netflix. Or if I'm a guy that like, you know what, I'm Tank Davis. I know this motherfucker think he the great white hope. I'm finna go in there, act like it's a script, and I'm finna go in there and flip the script and beat his motherfucking ass and stop all this YouTube fake ass influencer boxing shit. Because everybody in boxing always talking about they don't like Jake Paul. Well, I'm finna end this motherfucker career on Netflix and go viral. It's a prank, it's a prank, it's a prank. I need one of these motherfuckers to pull a prank. Chinita, it's a prank, it's a prank, it's a prank, it's a prank. I need one of them moments because if it's a script, if it's a script, it's a script, it's a script. How is the state of mind going to be to a boxer mentally if you are going around the rest of your life known as a sellout? You get added to the list of all the sellouts back in the days. Historically, that's your legacy. You know, I don't want to name the black leaders that y'all call sellouts, but you know, you got them in your neighborhood. You ain't got to go that far up. You got them at your job. You ain't got to go that far. You got them in your house. You probably one. And you know a sellout when you see one. And you know, it's different from selling out and getting that bag, but man, you know, that's your MO, homie. That's your MO. And people been vouching for your MO for the longest. So I don't see the problem with it. I don't see a problem with Tank fighting Jake Paul, making a script fight, and then going to fight Pacquiao, and then going out in the sunset with a bag. I don't see it. It's what he been doing his whole 135 career. Like, nobody asked for Hector. I mean, yeah, of course you fought Gamboa, that's his name, but he tore his Achilles in the second round. Gee, he was an old man going up and down, yo-yoing and waiting. Shit, you know. But hey, man, I think that Ryan Garcia fight really disillusioned you guys, man, because y'all say that he's a great fighter now or something. I don't know what it is. Like, either he's a great fighter or he's a YouTube type of boxer type of fighter, or he's a guy with only a left hook, or which one is Ryan Garcia to you niggas? Because I always thought Ryan Garcia was just what Tank said. You ain't got nothing but a left hook. And your body transformation was suspicious to Tank as well as me. And they asked Tank Davis, why do you think Ryan Garcia is not taking a tune-up to fight you? He said he probably cycling off something, real nonchalant. And, you know, that's what it is. And that's what it always will be with me, with Ryan. He's a character. And the only thing I like about Ryan is he has heart. Drugs or no drug, he does not care about getting beat up. And that's what we need in boxing, like Rolly. Rolly don't care about getting beat up. He's going to keep getting opportunities because he's a character. And they want to sell these guys like characters, like cartoon, like action figures, like cards. Like, you guys have cards. You guys have fighters. You guys say, these are my fighters. My fighter this, my fighter. These guys have parents. These guys are boxers. This is boxing. Boxers usually beat the fighters because master class boxers historically beats the power punchers. Floyd Money Mayweather, before a fight, had Roger Mayweather on the mitts saying things like, we don't believe in power punchers in this camp. You don't win fights with power punching. You win fights with smarts. Ask Jeff Lacey. Before he ever met Tank Davis, that was his state of mind. So when you meet someone like Tank Davis, you still have that same state of mind, right? Oh, yes, you do. And Tank Davis can box, but his fights are labeled power punching because of the knockout. So we can only go off what Tank Davis gives us. And you are a money bag. He changed his name to Money, man. And he also said you can't mention Al Heyman without mentioning me. When you see Tank Davis in the ring, you're going to see the PBC. Pretty Boy Company is what we've been preaching over here for over 3 to 4 years. And nobody's going to outdo Floyd Money Mayweather, whether he is breathing or not breathing. His face will always be on that gym wall, looking down at everybody's spar. I'm telling you, when shit goes haywire over there for Tank Davis, it's probably because of Floyd Mayweather mixing and mingling and whispering in people's ear, interfering and causing ruckus, making sure shit goes wrong for him and bad for him. Maybe, maybe not. But I know Floyd finna get some money too. You think Floyd gonna turn down bags? They been fucking with Turkey Al-Shiki. They been bowing down on bending knee, and they will continue. There's nothing you can do about that because big bank takes little bank all over the globe. And Turkey has the biggest bag, bigger than Jake Paul could ever have. Not Turkey, I forgot, the prince. Sorry. I always come back to that experiment. Pick up your phone and tell the most loved one that you have that someone is threatening my life and I need $1,000, maybe $500 right now. They're going to say, man, stop playing. Turkey ain't got to do that. Hey, I need $1 million. Okay. Oh, excuse me, I need $1 billion. Okay. You know, give me 50 billion. Okay. You can't do that, not even for $5 to your homie. Hey, bro, let me hold $5. Man, shit, nigga, I gotta give you something to eat. Papa need brand new shoes and a sweatshirt, fool. Nigga, ain't you got a job, nigga? When you get paid, you want to pay me that $5 back, nigga. God damn, nigga. Man, you still owe me $5. Shit. You niggas ain't got no Black Wall Street state of mind, man. Y'all want to be separated. Y'all hate this boxer, that boxer. And it's total ludicrous because my thing is if Boots is so trash, I wouldn't say trash. Y'all say he ain't what you say, he ain't fought nobody. Okay. Same with Shakur. Okay. They say he ain't fought nobody, he's not experienced, he hasn't proven himself. He tried to do that with Brian Norman Jr., but he wanted $2 million. And you know Tank gets $2 million per fight now. I don't think you deserve $2 million per fight, Brian Norman. Not at that time. You know, Turkey wasn't fucking with you at that time. But you know, we want to see Boots dominate, and people don't want to see that, and that's the issue for me. Why do you don't want to see the young man dominate 154? Who in 154 you want to see dominate? Name the boxer at 154 you want to see go undisputed. Name the boxer at 154 right now and tell me, man, who you want to go undisputed at 154. Because Terrence Crawford ain't at 154 no more. He said, oh, no. It's a lot of smoke down there, boy and girls. I'm on that coffee, man. And Booby's acting good, man. I want to bring on camera, man. You know, she's a diva. She get on here, won't stop. I want to know, who do you want to go undisputed at 154? I think I want Boots to go undisputed at 154. Who do you want? Who do you think? Who do you think will who do you want? Who do you think will go undisputed at 154 if everybody is in accordance to fighting for the belts? Not like 135. Everybody at 135 don't want to fight each other. It's only, you know, a certain few guys that's calling out trying to fight each other, and certain few guys that has the power down there ain't trying to fight these guys. Never, not number one, number two, number three, number four. In the rankings, that is, you know. They fight on free TV, you know. Back when it was a shame to fight on free TV, that was the excuse. But like I said, thanks, Turkey. I keep saying thank you, Turkey, like Terrence Crawford. Thanks, Turkey. for eliminating that talking point, because boy, don't you love Netflix now? Don't you love these great fights coming on Netflix, man? Who's the next contestant? Because you can't fight no Rudy Poop on no Netflix, man. You got to fight a killer. You got to put yourself out there, don't you, boy? And girls. Equal opportunity. Same pay. Except for the NFL and the NBA. But hey, man, don't you want to see that, man? And except they don't play with the big baskets, they play with the small basketballs. And just like I hate to admit and agree with anything that Charleston White said, but they do need to lower the rims to 9 feet. Sorry, ladies. But anyway, don't you want to see the killers fight the killers, man? I do. I really do, man. I'm serious, man. These guys are clowns, G. Like, clout. It's a prank. It's a prank. Like, do you, even with the Adrian Broner shit, you see niggas making fun of that shit, right? But I wouldn't put it past Cameron setting that shit up. And he got the bag already with the money. Yo, this nigga drunk. Yo, y'all need to leave AB alone, man. That's my guy. Yo, I live in Cincinnati, so I'm cool with the Cincinnati guys. And you know, I went to 2020 because I fucked somebody up when I went to Winthrop. I went to Winthrop junior high for like 6 months, man. I got kicked out that bitch because, you know, my mama couldn't handle me. So I was going back and forth to Chicago, to Cincinnati, Memphis, and then finally to Jacksonville. But they sent my ass to like 2020. That's the name of the juvenile shelter. I split a motherfucker face wide open at that bitch, man. But I fuck with them Cincinnati guys, man. Not a lot of pretty girls in Cincinnati too, man. So I know there's a lot of players in Cincinnati. You know, when you got a lot of pretty girls in your city, you got to be the player to get these girls, man, because they choosing. You know what I'm saying? So I could see a drunk nigga like AB that, you know, you in a room full of niggas you can beat up. You know what I'm saying? You really arrogant. You really like, I don't give a fuck. You niggas got me on here on this bullshit. I'm just going through the motions. Y'all can't do nothing. I'm not an actor. You know. Oh, it was, even if it was real, nigga, y'all can't do nothing to me, nigga. Oh yeah, okay, as long as you pay me, nigga, I don't give a fuck. That's the type of vibe I'm getting. But yeah, get out of here. If it was fake or real, you shouldn't have did that, bro. You know, but that's your show. It is what it is, man. But me, nah, real niggas don't do that. And if it was fake, that's even worse because you setting up a visual to a nigga that's already down and out and making them look even stupider, if that's a word or not, more stupid, you know. Nah, nigga. Let AB get in the gym, man. We need AB to make a comeback and get this turkey bag, man. Even if you get beat up, you need a Blair Cobb too. You gotta redeem and don't get your other tooth knocked out or the same tooth knocked out, man. Y'all don't want AB to come back, man. God damn, we need to get him a bag, man. Everybody getting dusted off the shelf. Pacquiao coming back fighting for shit. And how the hell he just got through eating soup after Ugas, you know, out of nowhere. You know, came back, ain't no telling what you was popping over there in the Philippines, man. Please, I don't trust Pacquiao. You came up from 25 pounds to 154 pounds, man. I don't know what the fuck you on, nigga. Big ass head. I'm going to, hey, Ego, y'all hate on Ego, boxing Ego, but he do the best Pacquiao impersonation, nigga. And then be like, I ain't want to. Hey, Ego be wearing Tank Davis draws, man. I be watching everybody, man. That shit be making me laugh. You know, when you going through depression, man, you need to find people that can make you laugh, bro. I'm telling you, whether you hate their opinions or not, if you get the state of mind that I got, see, I grew up in a different era where we make fun of motherfuckers 24/7. Well, you gotta have a thick skin in my household, nigga. If you got some big ass teeth, best to show. We finna talk about them big ass teeth in my house, nigga. So And don't come to school with no funk ass socks and no ugly ass shoes. We're gonna make fun of you and the motherfucker that can't afford to buy you no goddamn shoes. And you're gonna either want to fight, you're gonna want to motherfucking tell your brother or your sister, or whoever, or your mama or the teacher. And it ain't gonna matter because what you gonna do about it, nigga? Anyway, so you sensitive niggas need to stay off of real exposure. And we gonna make fun of these niggas, man. But I go to China, you know, and I get accustomed to laughing at these niggas, man, because it's funny to me, the delusion. You had a nigga on Twitter, man, he talking about Schofield. He say people ducking Schofield, all kind of dumbass shit. I'm like, we got a Schofield dick rider out here, man. I can't believe that. After all the bullshit Schofield, you got to be trolling. So I don't take a lot of these guys serious. Niggas are getting mad at that type of statement. You know, like when Devin Haney say he's the face of boxing, people got mad that he said he was the face of boxing. You know, that's funny to me because we know he's not the face of boxing, right? That's like going to school. It is Santa Claus. No, it ain't. My mama said it ain't no Santa Claus. It is Santa Claus. Your mama a big fat liar. And you hit the man. But nigga, it ain't no Santa Claus. So you got people that'll fight for delusion. So you got to understand that people grow up and still be the same way. And knowing that it's not no Santa Claus, man. You know, ain't no motherfucking chimneys in the ghetto. How the fuck fat ass white man coming down your chimney, boy? And when you say that, so you start goalpost moving as a child. My mama said he come through the back door. Oh, he do. And the children that I grew up around got uncles that be like, oh yeah, if he came through the back door, that mean he was fucking your mama. And we'll say that in school and get in trouble. And we end up getting in a fight. But we repeat what our uncles say, you know. But hey, man, different households, different eras, different type of fighters, G. Shakur Stevenson in the best shape of his life right now because of that Terrence Crawford camp for this Canelo fight, G. And I don't care what y'all say, he got Terrence Crawford ready for this fight, man. For other fights, big fights, man, you know, this man admitted he go in there, he fight like Shakur sometimes, man. You know, because steel sharpens steel, man. You know, he said he got to reach in his toolbox to spar Shakur now. You heard Shakur. Terrence Crawford fucked me up. Back in the day, though. Yeah, he had to straighten that shit. I heard Shakur say he's number one pound for pound in all boxing. He capping, right? And that's what he believed. And people would take what he said and be like, oh, that nigga ain't number one pound for pound shit, right? Just totally disregarding his soul and his spirit and what he believes in as a man, right? And put it on their YouTube channel like, oh, this nigga capping. But if Tank Davis says that he's the best fighter, absolutely, you'll believe that, and you won't be like, oh, that nigga ain't the best fighter. That nigga ain't woo-woo. But what I say I want to see it because I ain't seeing him going out there seeking nothing but Jake Paul, nothing but Lamont Roach, nothing but Ryan Garcia, Hector Garcia, Rolly Romero, Pitbull Cruz, and Gamboa. Frank Martin, he's a duck. You know, they fought him on Juneteenth. Hell, nigga, you fought for the freedom belt, nigga. You still a slave, nigga. Tell Tank to free you. Ain't you got a fight coming up, boy? I'm talking about you hit your head hard, and they practiced that knockout move right before the fight in the locker room. The same knockout that the same fight. I mean, the same fight combo, punch combo. They practiced in the locker room before the fight. And I predicted round 8. I think that was great. I say 8 is great. Round 8 is when Frank Martin gonna get knocked out. And baya came over the top, lift your ass up. I'm coming up. On the flip side of the mountain, and you landed on that floor, and your head hit the back of that floor like a fucking brick, nigga. And you woke up at the jury store. You know, you like the little jury, man. You know, you like you put your little chunk on, go to the strip club and shit, throw it, make it rain. And we seen you in the little videos, nigga. She ain't fought since, nigga. Hell, we over here talking about Devin Haney ruined. Nigga, you might be ruined, nigga. We want to see who you gonna come back and fight against. We'd love to see Edwin, but I want to see Keyshawn and Edwin. You know me. I'm that type of guy. At 140, that is. What that fight gonna be like? You know, T.O. versus Shakur, or Shakur versus T.O. I don't really care about that. Because see, even if they fight on the undercard, or Devin fights on the undercard, the fight has to happen, right? And I like Turkey, man, because he's humbling these niggas, man. These YouTube niggas, really. How dare the face of boxing fight on the undercard? How dare? Well, shit, it's the same reason that Benavidez before Turkey Al-Sheikh used to fight on tank card. He's a top-notch fighter. Wow, how dare does Benavidez fight on an undercard? How dare Benavidez want to fight Terrence Crawford? How dare Benavidez want to get some money? I'm the same way with Boots Ennis that I am with Benavidez, bro. Now, I can rewind it for you, but the people that fuck with me know my pattern. I'm going to do it for you anyway. Nigga, I always wanted Earl Spence to win against Terrence Crawford. He proved me wrong. But before that, I said whoever wins this fight, I want them to fight Jerron at 147. Since Terrence Crawford beat the shit out of Earl Spence, therefore, I regulated that and switched it to him. I thought Earl was going to be the one fighting Canelo. Everything that I predicted was backwards, right? And I admitted that. But I had predicted the Canelo fight for Earl, but it was Terrence Crawford. All the while, I still wanted someone to fight Boots. Fast forward to Canelo. We all wanted Benavidez versus Canelo. We all know that Canelo is ducking Benavidez. He wanted $200 million to fight the man. Knowing that will not happen is a duck to me. Either way it goes, he did not get to fight Canelo. Canelo is considered the face of boxing, and to beat the face of boxing is a very big deal. Crawford got the opportunity. Of course, he's going to pick Canelo because if there's a chance of a victory, even a robbery, he still has a chance at a big bag. The bag for Benavidez and Crawford is not the same as Benavidez Canelo, nigga. Excuse me. So, of course, you're supposed to hate. You're supposed to stick with your so-called people anyway, nigga. And that's what he did. And y'all hate that. And now that Benavidez saying that he wants to fight Crawford, you saying that he shouldn't do that. What is wrong with seeing a great fighter fight another great fighter that just beat a fighter that you wanted to fight? Same thing with Boots. I wanted to see Earl fight Boots, but since Terrence Crawford beat Earl, now I want to see Terrence Crawford fight Boots. Still to this day, nigga. But 154 is too hot, too hot, too hot, baby. Better run for shelter. Better find some shade. So first of all, 154 is too hot. You know? And you don't want to go out in history like all the other greats, Terrence, that went up. Hold up. Let me get this right quick. All right, I'm back. No, you do not want to go up and come back down in weight like Roy Jones and all the other fighters. And then your body, your physiology don't bring back all your chest pieces with you, bro. And you might be a second slower. You might be, you know what I'm saying, not as, your pop might not be as good as it is. You might have to adapt and acclimate again, back down. Like your body might not react the same at an older age. You don't want to chance that like Roy Jones did. Going up and down, yo-yoing in weight is dangerous anyway, physiology-wise. So you don't want to do that. So you want to stay where you at. And if you stay where you at, I would rather you fight Bivol than Benavidez, because I made videos before where I thought Bivol would beat Benavidez, and I broke down the reason why. But that would be my fight, because why? Bivol also wanted to fight Canelo. And what's the good at fighting Canelo now if you're Benavidez and Bivol when you got this guy right here that just beat the guy that you wanted to fight? But the bag ain't going to be the same with Crawford. And it's not going to be the same with Canelo again, because he got beat convincingly, as we all predicted, just like he got beat convincingly with Bivol and Floyd. Boxers, pure boxers, beat the shit out of the Mexican style. Sorry. You got that high guard up. What did Shakur Stevenson say he does with the high guard? He destroys it. Anybody coming with the high guard will be destroyed. No matter what you do, you're just walking into punches. That's what he said, not I. That's what I believe. That's what I've seen and witnessed throughout my time of watching boxing. And, you know, you beat drug cheats along the way. People that pop and you don't know is dirty, they cycle off properly. You know, Shakur beat a drug cheat. Oscar Valdez had a statue built in this country for him. You know, he was on that T. You know, you got to go through this as boxing, as a boxer, because the commission, WADA, they raise levels of shit that they want the star boxers to continue to use to maintain their career. You got guys generating a lot of money, man. They need to be optimal. So you get guys like Victor Conte with Snack, and you put the label of drug cheat on him, but not going to WADA and saying, hey, why are you letting Canelo continue to take clenbuterol? I understand you lowered the level of what he can take, but if it was something that it's like taking 10 cups of coffee, now I guess it's like taking 5 or 6 cups of coffee. I don't know. What are you giving him and letting him take? Why aren't these boxers only eating eggs, steaks, and potatoes and drinking protein shakes? Well, because you have to keep up with times. Supplements that are right there on the threshold can be dirty the next day if they find out that, hey, it's something that's just a little too much less, or either they'll lower the level. Well, if it's something that popped him dirty, why don't you just eliminate it completely? But no. So if you're allowed to take this, I mean, the word allowed is unrecognized in some sentences, but they allow these guys to take these substances. So why wouldn't Snack or any other company do the same thing? It's just a question, brother. Because if you got this guy doing what is allowed, what are you supposed to do? Don't give me that moral value shit, because niggas are doing whatever for the bag And we all know that money is the root of all evil. Right? So don't go there with me. You just do anything for the bag, right? Just don't sell your soul, right? Just don't sell your soul, man. Now, if you do anything for the bag, do it for a cause. Go all out for a cause, man. I'll die for a bag like that if it's for my family. Yeah, of course. But I'm not finna go out and shame my family. You know what my mother told me one day? I told her I was just making fun of her because this is back when Jerry Springer was real hot and Maury Povich was real hot. And he had them paternity tests. And my first daughter, you know what I'm saying, Regina, I love her, man, but I was going through it with her mama. And I was like, hey, mama, I ought to go on Maury Povich and take a paternity test. You know what I'm saying? And clown her ass. You know what I'm saying? I get on that motherfucker. You are the father. I'm a still clown. Don't go in there and mess up the family name. That was her main concern. It's me getting on TV, messing up the family name with that clown shit. But, you know, some people will be like, yeah, baby, get on Maury. We'll get paid. We'll get a vacation. But her main concern was, no, you're going to mess up the name of our family if you do some clown shit like that. So all throughout my life, I represent for my family name, man. You know, you got to represent sometimes, man. You can't just be selling out for the wrong cause. You sell out for your people, though. That's cool. That's what the Mexicans do now. Niggas used to do it. Black power, fist up in there. Not no more. Nigga done twist up the fro, let it lock and grow. Quit to go to gunplay about that dope. Nigga, you ain't know. That was back in the days. And there wasn't no AIDS. Shout out to motherfucking Trick Daddy. Yeah, nigga, it's different now, man. These boys gonna fight, though. They ain't got no choice. They got turkey. You gonna see that shit come up out of them, that spirit. Because, nigga, if you duck a turkey bag, what are you? If you duck turkey money, what are you if you sell out for a Jake Paul? If it's all about the bag, why you getting the Jake Paul bag and not the turkey bag? Because I think it's more. I'll tell you why. Because it's easy bag. Just like a video game, you know. Before you get to the tough levels, you got to pick up all the free shit, get your ammunition, get your vest. You know, all that shit just laying out there. You got to grab that shit. You got the money bag. You got to grab the money. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to go shooting. But is you going to even make it to the shooting? You just going to grab all the bags and just hide? And let the killers come to you and knock on the door and be trying to get in there? And you just ain't going to do nothing. You're going to leave the game and just go make you something to eat? The killer's trying to get in there and, you know, collected all your ammunition, all your vests, all your money. You're going to turn the game off and retire? What you going to do? You ain't going to do shit, but you going to leave your fans lonely? You going to leave the game on? You going to turn it off? Turn your game off, Tank. Turn your game off, man. Because now it's a clown show. Whether, you know what I'm saying, you like it or not, G, and your biggest fans clowning you. The people that we go to look for a great show to defend you ain't even defending you no more. So you, like they always used to say, Tank do what he want to do. Do what you want to do, brother. And after this, we expect a Pacquiao fight. Or shit, hey, retire. This is my boy, man. This nigga funny as shit, man. Hey, if you don't like it, that's why I love it. Jeremiah, let them streets know, man.
They say you can't say what you want on TV, but I'm gonna say my mind. I'm gonna speak my mind.
That's what I'm saying, big bro. Like, just like on this podcast. Can we say what we want, big bro?
Yeah, and I see you be going ham. You know, I follow you on social media.
I'm mesmerized by stats. No Ja Rule, big bro.
Oh, she is gorgeous, man. But anyway.
Man, my God, like she look like Pocahontas mixed with Pikachu. Like, that's a good combo. No Killer Instinct, big bro.
I see you trying to catch a case.
I'm telling you, bro. Hey, Stats. You like a tall glass of water, and I'm telling you straight up. I'm thirsty.
Hey, let's reel this back in, AB.
Nah, big bro. Like she like a. I just want to curl up with her like a shrimp. No Red Lobster.
Hey, that's wild to say. Yo, Luigi mustache.
We don't talk like that.
Yes,
You know what I mean? He said that's the only way he would fight fools. A lot of people said he gonna have to start calling people out and cussing. You know what I mean? Just like Terrence Crawford told somebody, said, yeah, only way I fight him if he called me out and he called me a pussy or he called me a motherfucker or you know something like. We don't talk like that.
Yes,
You know what I mean? He said that's the only way he would fight fools. You know, if he called, you know what I mean? We don't. That means you really don't want to fight, Terrence. You know what I mean?
And stuff like that, but my man is making moves before guys go to punches. He's moving his feet. I mean, it was marvelous, honestly, to see this dude defensively move the way that he does things. He talks a whole lot during the sparring.
Don't use that for an excuse, because everybody else you fight, they wouldn't call you all kinds of names, but you fought them. You know?
Anything I throw, you know, you're like, no. I'm like, you know, hey, all right, I get it. You see everything I'm throwing, I get it, you know.
I was trying to set up a fight with him last month because BLK people called us.
Punched me with a right hand. Joint came so fast, I didn't even see it, right? And it hit me on the forehead, and I got my headgear on, and it jarred my neck, right? I said, damn!
And I said, yeah, we'll take him in a heartbeat, just like that, right? And they said, all right, let's sit down and talk. I said, oh, you got to talk to my people first, though. Showtime. Yes, sir. Showtime, because they're trying to be slick, trying to get me to do it on my own without Showtime. I don't do that. See, I'm loyal to Showtime because I'm going to tell y'all, I never signed up with Showtime. You know, I never signed, and my word's my mind.
Yeah, hit that like button for me. Hey man, friends both are. That was the first known drug user, steroids that is, man. You know, back in 95, man, you know, a lot of people been popping dirty for a long time. He fought Schultz. And you know, they had the rumors of Canelo and Crawford and all of that, man. But we've been having great guys that fought and we still love them. You know, look at Richard Hall when they fought up there in Indiana. You remember who he fought, right? You know, both of these guys, I think they popped dirty, man, you know, people overlook this shit, man, you know, and it was still a great fight, man, but you gotta understand times have changed, man. But nothing new is under the sun. You know, I love Roy Jones, but you popped dirty for that fight, you know, and whatever the excuse was, you popped. You and James Toney, man. You know, y'all set the trend for this shit, for real, but people was doing it before you, wasn't it? Y'all just got caught, man. It's a lot of guys popping and doing drugs and getting caught. Some of these drugs are cool at first, then the people take it back and say it's not good. Remember Fernando Vargas and Oscar? Yep, you know, Fernando popped dirty, you know, in 2002. You know what I'm saying? So we got Ryan, we got all these guys, man. Stay clean, man. Hit that like button for me. Now, I understand a lot of people want to compare this man to Floyd. I got to get on this. You can't do that. You understand me? Floyd already told you this guy was a cakewalk. He's easy. It's the styles make fight. You know, a slick black boxer is always going to be the Mexican style. And if you're a guy like Crawford, who's pound for pound #1, you forget that skills pay the bills. So it was not a surprise with me. All I had concerns was how he's gonna take that 168 power. And I told you guys, once I see him get hit, I'ma know whether he gonna beat him up like Shakur or not. And, you know, I wanted him to press the end of the rounds like 10, 11, and 12 as well, because I knew he had the judges in his pocket. You know, you can't trust no face of boxing judges. And he did exactly what I asked him to do. Terrence Crawford, #1 pound for pound in a lot of people's books, and I still say it's Shakur. You know, he's the secret weapon in that camp. Hey yo, Shakur Stevenson is also in the best shape of his life because he was also in Terrence Crawford's camp. All of his big fights, he gets Shakur and sharpen his tools. He even admitted he will fight like Shakur and fight certain fights. You can do film study and see him fighting like Shakur, pinning the high guard, stabbing to the body, step back, all of those things. The combinations that Terrence Crawford threw in the Canelo fight reminisced of Shakur. But he's also in the best shape of his life like Terrence is. And people have to get ready for Shakur. And Shakur is already ready for people except for his hand. And people do not want his hand to heal properly because why? They want to see him hurt it. And that's what I think. But at the same time, if he does heal his hand, you will see the best Shakur. Why don't you want to see that? The same reason you did not want to see Boots into Canelo's camp because you thought it would help Canelo, and you did not want Canelo to have any type of help. No boxing fan alive should not want to see both fighters at their full optimal potential, just like some of you guys in the 90s wanted Michael Jordan to get hurt in game one in the finals so you can get a cheap victory. But we don't want that. We want the best Michael Jordan, even though we had the Michael Jordan that caught the flu and still carried the Bulls to victory, even though you say he needed Scottie Pippen. He was a no-show in both of the Utah Jazz finals. But hey, Floyd Money Mayweather is not a comparison because he beat Canelo slicker, took less punishment, less movement, stood in the pocket and dismantled him without pause, easily, and easier than Terrence Crawford did it at an old age while Canelo was young with more speed and more vigor and hunger, not an old man, Jake Paul God damn, they done set me off. But that's okay. I'm back and I'm still black. Hold on, let me see something right quick, man. My shit went off for a minute. And you know I was talking my shit too. That's cold blooded. Stream. What is this stream yard? You gonna make me go back to stream yard? I don't know what y'all got going on against me. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. Hold on, let me do something else. Do it like this. I couldn't believe that, man. What the fuck going on, man? Why the hell my shit cut off? We ain't doing that no more. Matter of fact, man, hold on. It's all, man. Y'all hit the like button. We got this bitch. you free. You set me free. You set me free. I set you free. You set me free. You set me. I set you free. You set me free. I set you free. I set you free. You set me free, I set you. You set me free, I set you free. I set you free. You set me free, you set me free, I set you free. You cancel me, that just. You set me free, I set you free. You cancel me, that just can't be because I told you I was miserable. I ain't wanna do this no more. Did too much time in that federal penitentiary to come home being faithful to this woman that was foolish of me. Sorry, I ain't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm a mind though. Yeah, I fall weak, big booty bitches make my brain go. That don't mean that I don't love you. I remember I had to take you to the shower. You was bleeding on my leg though. I washed your back, I washed your crack, I washed your pussy hole. I picked you up, I dried your body, got you fully clothed. Bought you a wedding ring, but when I got locked up, you sold it. You had to cheering on the nigga, I ain't even know it. When I got sick, I almost died, I caught the Holy Ghost. And you was nowhere to be found, but Jesus let me know that I'm a soldier, I can do this shit all by myself. I did my time, them crackers tried to put me on the shelf. But thanks to Donald Trump and criminal reform bill, I got home quicker than a bitch, I shed a lot of tears. I miss my mama, dear, I love her, did the bed with me. When did I come to Jacksonville, I did a 360. I came into your world about by rules and regulations. I just did 14 fucking years, bitch, fuck your regulations. You say I'm too old to be rapping, I will never make it. That's your opinion, then it's cool, but bitch, you fucking hating. You wish that on me, I don't know how many times. You like a wish, you dream no voodoo, you can't trick me now. I love your kids, I taught your daughter how to fight, I taught your son how to be a man. I could've did it twice, but abortion is real. You killed my twins, yeah, I smile and I grin, but the pain is still within. Love you to the day I die, I promise there'll never be another. Lord, forgive me for my sins and what I said about your mother.
Dre on the beat.
You set me free, I let you go. I let you go. You set me free, I set you free, I set you free. You set me free, I set you free. You set me free, I set you free. I set you free, I set you free. 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 I set you. I set you free. Set me free. I set you. I set you free. You set me free. I set you free. I set you free.
Double Dre on the beat.
on TV, but I'm gonna say my mind. I'm gonna speak my mind.
That's what I'm saying, big bro. Like, just like on this podcast. Can we say what we want, big bro?
Yeah, and I see you be going ham. You know, I follow
I'm
you on social
mesmerized by stats. No Ja Rule, big bro.
Oh, she is gorgeous, man. But anyway.
Man, my God, like she look like Pocahontas mixed with Pikachu. Like, that's a good combo. No Killer Instinct, big